Hello, hello, hello. Wait, can you guys hear me? Are there any problems with audio or anything like that before I get into how to win everything? Okay. Oh, one sec. Are there any problems with audio or anything like that before I get into? Okay. I just checked. I guess everything is fine. So I will continue. Um, I am Vikram, and I like. Oh, this is cool. I like these layouts. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. Hi, I'm Vikram. I like sharks and watermelons and gill. Um, and I am going to be talking about how to win everything that we have. Which now that I think about it, seems a bit weird because I don't know why I would tell you to win all of our prizes. Uh, but sure, I make a bunch of bad decisions, so let's go ahead. Um, yeah, so it's basically how to submit a good hackathon project to FreyHacks, and try to get your already good, uh, I guess, prototype or hack, and how to get it, and how to make your submission stand out so that you can win whatever prize you're aiming for. So here's what you need for a hackathon submission. We require your code in a public GitHub repository, um, and that's to verify that you have indeed made the hack, and you haven't just like I don't know, done something with Photoshop or something like that, or edited your demo video. Which brings me to my second point, which is the demo video, which is a video showcasing your hack, which should be less than 2 minutes, is what we require. And that can be using YouTube or Vimeo or some other video sharing platform. um, and we require a write-up. So the write-up is basically a description of your hack, including how it works, challenges you faced, accomplishments that you're proud of, what you learned, what inspired you to build that hack, etc. And the dev post gives you a very easy template, which I'll get to later, which has all of these headers. So you can just fill out all of these headers, and if you fill them out well, your hack will definitely stand out. Um, so yeah, here's how to actually win. uh, you might have noticed that code is only one of the elements of what you need for a hackathon submission. And code is just used to verify. What the judges will eventually end up seeing is the demo video and your write up. So it completely depends on how you present your hack, that you will win the prize or not. Which is a terribly, I mean, terribly formed sentence, but basically, depending on your demo video and write up, which is what judges see, you uh, you can win, or you can't win, which is again a terribly formed sentence, but I think you know what I mean. The demo video and write up are very important, basically, and that's all. Um, so the write up, I feel, is a bit easier to sort of uh to master, I guess, than the demo video. So I wanted to focus on the demo video first. So how to make a good demo video and win everything like a cool person. So I actually have made a video, which I am going to show to you all, to explain how to make a good demo video. And I am just going to share that right now, assuming I can hopefully do that.
Is
There we
editing
go.
Vikram here. I just had a Spanish exam, which was fun. But before you watch this video, I just wanted to cover two things. First, this video is inspired by Jack's video called Your Dev Posts Suck. And that has some really useful tips which you should watch, and a link to that will be in the description. Second, this video is kind of long and longer than I thought it would be. So there are timestamps in the description. The reason why it's so long is because I covered tips for your demo videos, and then I'll show you some good and bad examples. So if you want to see just the examples or just the tips or just a few of whatever, you can click the timestamps and navigate through the video. So, quick disclaimer before I start this video. If you prefer to make your demo videos a certain way and disagree with some parts of this method, it is completely fine. I want to share this just to help you get to your own perfect method. But I think that most of the tips in this video are applicable to everyone. So first, writing a quick script can help you choose words and explain your ideas and your hack much better. I think planning is always great for a demo video, and writing a script is the best way to do it. Um, I think you should also record many clips and put them together in a structured way that fits within the script. And then that way, changes while you're editing are easier to make. So, like, um, if I say something about my project which isn't true anymore, as went back in my hack and changed it, instead of re-recording the whole demo video, I can easily just re-record that one section and edit that section back in. Another thing I noticed is that so many hackers aren't aware of the free tools that they have to edit their demo videos and screen record and stuff. So just a few that I would recommend is for screen capture, you should probably use OBS. It's an open source screen recording application, and I think it's for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And of course, it's open source, so it's free. This for video editing, I would recommend two free alternatives to Premiere Pro, which is the most common. One of them is VSDC Video Editor, which I have used for multiple hacks, and I think it's very easy to pick up. You don't need to like know too much about video editing to get started. And the second is DaVinci Resolve, which I haven't personally used, but it is free, and I think it is a very professional uh, video editing software. The only thing I would add is that it is a little complex, so you might need to know some video editing and you might need to watch a few tutorials. It's your hack, so you should definitely be yourself. Be a little informal and don't be scared to literally just be as authentic as possible. Um, and pretend like you're presenting to a friend slash acquaintance. Maybe not a friend because then you get a little too informal. But yeah, at least an acquaintance. Um, for example, I like being funny, so I tend to add some funny bits in my demo videos. Also because that helps make my video memorable, because remember the judges have watched like 12 demo videos before watching your one, and you know that repetition gets a bit old, so it's definitely good to have something to stand out. um, I would also say you can try to have a video more than a voiceover, because that helps uh, give it that personal touch. But I would say that's completely optional, and you can have a great demo video with a voiceover as well. Another optional tip for this one is that try to have one person present the hack, because it's hard to get to know an entire team personally in 2 minutes than it is to only get to know one person in 2 minutes. So I would say it's much easier if one person presents your hack in your demo video. Okay, so how should you structure a demo video? I think it's always great to identify a solid problem in the first 30 seconds and spend those 30 seconds to really well develop your problem. Um, because only if you justify why the problem is so important can you justify why your solution or your hack is so important. And I would say, even if you don't focus on a problem and your hack doesn't solve a problem per se, and you maybe made a project just to make something fun, explain why you made that like fun thing and what inspired you to do that. That's very powerful, and I think that's what all good demo videos should start with. Now that you've got a solid problem to work with, introduce your project in the context of a solution to that problem. So instead of just bringing in your project as like, bam, I made this, you can actually develop why you made it, which makes the impact of you making your hack much, much larger. Please, please actually demo. It's called a demo video, so you can actually demo your hack. And demo videos are supposed to show the judges what you built. So show them what you actually do. That's the priority. I've seen so many demo videos where they spend like 1 minute 30 seconds and 1 minute 45 seconds, which is most of their time, just explaining how they built it and doing things like that. But the demo video should be mainly used for demoing your hack. Demo your actual hack. If you really want a sponsor prize, mention how you use their tool in the demo video. Like, for example, if I'm using Linode, I would mention we're using Linode as a VPS and to host our database or whatever you're doing with Linode in the demo video. And that has huge impacts. Just by doing this, I have one. Just by doing this and mentioning Linode also in the dev post description, I have won the Linode prize thrice. And each time we have used Linode for various purposes, and each time we have mentioned thoroughly why we have used Linode and how we have used Linode. And yes, this has very huge impacts. It greatly boosts your chances of getting a sponsor prize. Don't talk about Bruno. If you haven't completed your hack, do not make the mistake of explaining that you couldn't complete it. Pretend that it's the best thing you have ever made and it's the most complete thing that you have ever made. Don't make a mistake by saying that your hack was incomplete or negative in any way whatsoever. Uh, I mean, think about it. The judges won't believe in your project if you're literally saying if you're giving them no reason to believe in your project. That's a that's something I have done, which I will get to later on in the video. But yes, don't talk about Bruno. This one is the most important in my opinion. Do not go over. Okay, so 15 seconds over, for example, is fine. If it's a 2 minute, 15-second video, most judges would probably watch it and it would be completely fine. But I've seen demo videos that were 7 minutes when the time that the hackathon like judges wanted was under 2 minutes. Don't try to fit everything into the demo video. That's not the purpose of the demo video. The purpose of the demo video, like I already said, is to actually demo your hack. The other important stuff like your inspiration, how you built it, all of that kind of stuff, for the majority should be restricted to your dev post description. So do not go over.
Okay, so now I'll be showing some of my old demo videos. I'll show two demo videos which I don't think were that good, and I'll show two demo videos which are my favorite demo videos I've made so far. So this first video is Stock Spittle, which was my second ever hack with pretty much an all beginner team. I'm not showing my first hack because it was more of a data science project. And I think this project was much more reminiscent of what first time hackers usually make. Um, and yes, there were a few problems with the overall project and the dev post description as well. But I'm focusing on the demo video right now. So yeah, let's get into it.
And we have also have a third team member who is Wakey. However, he could not join us because of time.
Wow, my voice has changed. I would also say, um, like this visual, completely confusing. I have no clue what is going on here, and it's just like in your demo videos, you should totally have your website or some sort of intro visual that is not just your code. Yeah.
Time zone differences. And today we'll be presenting our solution, which we have called Stock Spitter. It's a tool which we wanted to make to find the stock of medical supplies from nearby stores from the user to help them find places where they can buy the essential medicines they need.
We came up with this idea while ideating on some of the struggles people may face as a result of the coronavirus, realizing how everything tends to be out of stock and it's hard to find out which stores still sell stuff. So we realized that by making a solution help find which medicine are still in stock and where, it can help make life easier for those who need medicines during the lockdown.
So in our solution, Stock Spitter, we tried to make a solution to send the user an email showing the closest stores to them with the medicines they need by fetching the information from medical databases and from online retailer databases like Amazon if they have it in stock there instead.
However, when implementing the solution, we faced a plethora of problems as the solution wouldn't fetch the information or send it to the email intended. So after around 5 iterations, we couldn't finish it due to one final error.
That is an error. Not the thing about the code, but talking about Bruno. We have just mentioned why our hack is not worth whatever prize we were going for. I mean, we sure it didn't work, but we could have presented it as a more complete hack at least, or at least as a better idea. And I think this continues as well a little more.
We were trying to use the library called LXML, which only works with Linux-based devices, not Windows-based devices. And since all four of the group members had only Windows devices available, we decided to call it a day.
So due to that, we can only show
In other words, we gave up on our own hack, so judges will as well.
the code today, but not the working solution, which will be ready after we have access to devices running Linux in the future.
So this is our code.
Is our code.
The first thing we define is check, which checks the URL. The second thing we
I literally line by line explained my own code. That is a big no. Your demo video should be for showcasing your project, and even if you don't have your project finalized, you should at least present some UI or something. And we're just going line by line in our code, and that's a big, big, big flaw.
define is send email, which sends the user an email. The third thing we define is read as in, which reads the async key and then attaches it to the end of the Amazon link, which for the product, and then we define job, which just reads as in, and finally we schedule the job every 2 minutes.
So thank you for watching our demonstration. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that was not a good demo video. It was boring overall. There was just no life or energy, and it was just an average project. But we literally advertised that we gave up on our own project, which is a terrible thing to do. Okay, so this overall is okay. First, this is a video for SigMath, a Discord bot for which solved your maths problems. That I made for I think Hackarithmetic was the hackathon. Um, I think this is overall a much better video since last time, but this still has flaws which I will get to. So let's start. Tired of doing your maths homework, or do you just not get a problem? Introducing SigMath, your favorite homework helper Discord bot. Okay, first two things. For first, the generic background music is so funny for some reason. I don't know why. And the second thing, I literally only talked about the problem for 3 seconds. That's a big no-no. I should have, if I were to do this again, I would have, because this was actually a good project that I'm still proud of, but the demo video was so flawed because I just talked about the problem for 3 seconds. I could have at least I could have at least developed the problem. For example, before introducing the commands, which I just do, I think after this, I would add a line to explain the general function, which is to solve maths problems on Discord, and I would add like the problem of that so many people collaborate and study together on Discord. And this bot makes calculations and problems and collaboration so much easier. And I think I would try to develop my problem a lot more if I remade this demo video.
Okay, but how does it work? Well, Sigma
the stock image.
Math has two types of commands. The first of which is main commands. Main commands are commands where you have to write your
Also here, the text is barely legible. If I were to do this again, I would add like at least a border to the text, or maybe highlight the text in a color that would separate it from the background. Yeah, and again, before this, just getting directly into commands, I would add a line to explain the general function, which is to solve maths problems.
expression or problem so our bot can solve it. The other type is screenshot commands. Screenshot commands takes the image you attach, extracts the problem from it using OCR and solves it for you. It's that simple. And now here's our bot in action. As you can see, we just screenshotted our problem, copy pasted it into Discord with the command imgfactor, and it factorizes the expression for you. Want to find the zeros, the roots, or the solutions for the same expression? Do the exact same thing, but just with img roots instead. And yes, it works for domain and range too.
I think this is a bit repetitive.
My favorite command is the img solve command. You just put in the expression and for what variable you want the answer for, and you just get an answer. You can even use the img simplify command to simplify your expression to its most simple form. It's simply amazing. Of course, we also have our text commands, which can do pretty much the same thing. Neat. Math, your and that's Sigmath, your favorite homework helper, maths Discord bot. Tired of doing your maths?
Okay, so that was Sigmath. I would say overall this project was actually pretty cool. And I think it's a big step up from Stock Spittle, but the demo still really lets it down. And like there's no intro, it's almost like commercial and impersonal with the music. And it's not passionate at all. It even barely mentions the problem that it solves, and yeah, overall it's just a good project, but definitely a flawed demo video. Okay, yes, I think that's it. Okay, so we finally get to the good videos. This is a project that I did with some awesome people, Adam from Blahaj Gang, and my school friend as well, and another guy who I teamed up with on the MLH server. Um, this is Suave, which is basically a system to help uh, to help everybody like search for APIs and help developers search for APIs. And I'm still proud of this name because it stands. Suave is actually a backronym which stands for search APIs. Wait, no, search and use APIs very easily. I think that was it. I hope. Yeah, and I'm still proud of the name. I used a lot of stock images, which I think is okay. You can do that. And yes, this is a voiceover, so I didn't really use a video. This is a voiceover, which is, again, as I said, it's optional.
What's one technology you always use for hackathons? I'll tell you, it's not a language, not a framework, not a package, but APIs, of course. For hackers, APIs are the heavy lifters that empower them to make amazing things. So why is it so hard to find them? There are also
So here I basically tried to I tried to frame APIs as a developer essential, and like something that people can't live without, because my project helps people find APIs, and yeah.
paid promoted APIs, which might not be the best fit despite being on the top of your search, and collaborative searching is a joke.
So here I've just identified 3 problems with currently finding APIs, which is APIs are very important, but it's very hard to find good ones. There are paid promoted ones, which are like which might not be the best fit for your hack, and collaborative searching for APIs is a joke. So, just by mentioning all of these points in the first 25 to 30 seconds, I've already created a good problem that my hack is going to solve. All of these problems are solved by Suave, a series of products to search and use APIs very easily. Each Suave product gives results with API titles, descriptions, and links to the API docs. Developers can use our web app, Discord bot, and CLI solutions to find an API for their use. They can sort the APIs by category and search for what they want on our web app like so. They can also use our Discord bot and the list command to get all the categories, the category command to get APIs in a category, and the use command to get APIs for their use case. Lastly, so yeah, I first jumped right into the web app. You can see the editing in the Discord part also. So where I basically Discord bot and the list command to get all the categories, and the category. Right, so I sped up like all of my typing stuff. And once again, I think that's a very useful thing you can do, because with voiceover videos in general, it's very hard to get the timing right for the screen capture versus the voice. So you can always change the you can speed up or slow down the recordings to fit your voiceover, which is what I did here. Use case. Lastly, the CLI has all the previous functionality along with an exclusive Gina AI based search which can better their search for APIs. So here I showed the CLI and also mentioned the Gina AI search and why it was so good for our hack. So we're not even saying like we use Gina AI because like, you know, we had to and we wanted the prize, or we're literally saying Gina AI allows our users to have a better experience, which is why, surprise surprise, we won the Gina AI prize category for this hack. Yeah, so as I said, I sometimes like to get funny stuff in my videos, and yeah, the Jeopardy music is fun. I think that made our demo video a little memorable at least. Additionally, if a developer would like to develop new Suave products, they can view the API docs on our website and implement it into their product. We made, and that sort of shows scalability, how new developers can also use the Suave API in their own products to develop for Suave. This by making an ASP.NET and C# API with a DataStax Astra database with 533 scraped API entries for now. Then we built 3 different clients based on the API, which are the web app, CLI, and Discord bot. So yeah, I just mentioned DataStax Astra as well, which sadly we didn't win. But yes, I also showed the Gina AI video. And I think this is overall a very good video. I'm pretty proud of this one. It was a good hack. I had a great experience hacking with awesome people. And I think that passion shows in the video as well. I defined the problem. It was well structured, where I showed the demo of all of our projects. I mentioned the sponsors and why they're so good. And yeah, I think overall that was a very good project and demo video. So this one's one of my more recent demo videos. It was for Playwright Paladin, which is a series of tools for writers to be more productive. And I did have COVID during this, so I didn't really add any funny elements or anything. And there was a little bit of low energy because COVID, but yeah, I think it was it was still a pretty good hack.
Most writers have problems with self control and productivity. For example, the urge to edit your writing to get the perfect story can be very strong. This can cause many writers to start editing way too early in the process, and their writing productivity decreases. This problem has never been solved completely, and even the articles we research just gave us the solution of just have more self control.
So yeah, that's a well developed problem. Once again, I think this one is a demo video. Whoops, where I developed the problem the best. I think, I actually researched for unique problems writers face, and this one was a good one. And I actually mentioned in the demo video that I did like this research, which was great.
A lack of self control can also cause even the best writers to lose focus and get distracted by the internet. Luckily, we've created Playwright Paladin, your productivity guardian.
Just casually covered up my face.
Playwright Paladin helps control the premature urge to keep editing through his website. Users can log in and register using a passwordless authentication system thanks to Twilio's amazing API.
So we mentioned Twilio here again, and we were going for the Twilio prize. Sadly, we didn't win it, but I still think that that line really added our chances at least. And yeah, once again, I sped this up to sort of match the commentary, which is a useful thing that I think you should do, especially to get your demo video under 2 minutes.
Users start writing like normal, however, every time they start a new paragraph, the text above gets locked, disabling them from editing it. Finally, when the user is finished writing, they can switch to editing mode to edit their entire text. Playwright Paladin also saves users' data and writing in his database, hosted with Linod's easy to use platform.
So we mentioned how we use Linode to elevate our hack again, and I think that is again why we won the Linode prize for that hackathon.
This entire system helps solve our problem of editing. However, Playwright Paladin also solves the problem of distractions through his Chrome extension. The Playwright Paladin Chrome extension blocks those time wasting websites to help all writers stay on track and become extremely productive.
So yeah, we demoed the Chrome extension and that was it. I think overall this demo video was very simple, but it was very well structured and the problem was justified, most importantly, which is why I think we won third overall. Um, Also, yeah, as I said, it mentioned Linode as well, and we mentioned that in our description, and how we used it as a VPS and to host our database, which is why I think we won best use of Linode as well. Okay, so that was the video. And just before I move on to how to submit, like what where you have to go to submit, etc., in the hackathon, I just wanted to ask if you guys have any questions about the write up or about the demo videos. I'll just wait for a quick 1 or 2 minutes if there are any questions. Otherwise, I'll move on. I just realized my setup literally hasn't changed for like a really long time. Mm, okay, if there are no more questions, then I guess I will continue. And what I am going to do right now is show you how to submit your hack. So there we go. So I'm just gonna show you sort of the steps that it takes to submit your hack using this MLH hackathon, Mental Health Hacks 2, which is taking place this weekend, and there are about 18 hours to the deadline. So when you register for FreyHacks, you'll get, and you know the deadline to some, or like the option to submit has opened. You'll see a few buttons like start project and find teammates. So you can just click on start project, and then you have to do a super fun captcha. which I hope I don't get wrong. Okay, there we go. So the first tab is usually manage the team. And what you have to do here is that when you submit, you can either type in your team members' emails to invite them to your project to like show the judges that you worked on this with someone else, or you can send them a secret invite link which will be different, and yeah, you can send them the link, and if your teammate clicks on it, they're added to the project. Then you go on to the project overview. This has just like your project name, and your elevator pitch, which is a short tagline for the project, like a quick description of what you built. And you can also add a thumbnail for your project, which will just be like an image that judges and other people will see for your project. Then you can go on to project details. These are the the sort of headlines that I was talking about. So there's inspiration, what it does, how we built it, challenges we ran into, accomplishments that we're proud of, what we learned, and what's next for our project. So these are all fields that I would recommend filling in as much as you can, and I'll show you like a quick project just to show you like how I've done it in the past. And another quick tip that I would recommend, which is always fun, is to like have emojis in the title. So like for inspiration, I usually like make an I usually try to get the story that inspired me to create my hack and sort of just put in two or three emojis that represent that story. And like same with how we built it, where like I usually, if I'm using Python, for example, uh I'll add uh like a snake emoji, and like if it's just how we built it, I'll just like get a bunch of tools and stuff, and then that can be I mean, it just helps judges sort of be able to read your entire chunk of text a bit easier, if you add in some stuff like emojis. Then you have this section which says built with, which you need to fill in with what languages, frameworks, platforms, APIs, and technologies that you used. So, like for example, if I use Python, I can just type in Python, and I've used Python. Then this is the try it out link. So, here is where you do have to put your GitHub repo, your public GitHub repo for your code. And if you do have a web app and you have managed to deploy it, or just a website, or something that you can link to, for example, even if you have an app, and you want to link to the store page for that app, you can click on add another link and just add the URL for the store page, for example. This is project media, where you can add in like the images that you might want to use for your hack, like different assets if you're making a game that you use and you want to showcase that artwork, or even the UI of the different web pages that you've made. That would also be good. And here we have the video demo link, and as I did say, it should be a video demo where you demo your project, and it should be under 2 minutes. Here in additional info, you have to type in sponsor or special prizes. So we'll be announcing, we either have announced or we will be announcing the special prizes, and all of the prizes for that will be announced in the next video. Uh-oh, wait. When did it stop working? Okay, I think my microphone
Okay, I hope this works now. I think my microphone unplugged. Yeah, but just what I was saying, I think a minute ago, was uh, yeah, in your additional info, you have your sponsor and special prizes, which are the opt-in prizes, and you should mention these in your write-up and your demo if you want to win a sponsored prize, ideally. Um, and yeah, you've got some other basic questions like Discord usernames and was this project submitted to other hackathons, etc. Um, yeah, I think that is how you should submit. Yeah, thanks, Gary. Um, yeah, I hope I have answered all of your questions, and I will be staying back for like maybe another 2 minutes in case you guys have any more questions. Yeah, I will stop sharing now. And if you don't have questions, we can talk about something. I don't mind. Uh, what shows are you watching? Uh, okay, I'll just stay back for I think just one more minute. And then if there are no more questions or comments that you would like to make, I will end the stream. And okay, there we go. And all right, I think it's been a minute. Thank you for joining me. And I hope what you have learned here, or if you have learned anything, that it is useful. Um, yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you at FreyHacks next weekend. Yeah, bye guys.